war with ISIS is the only thing that matters. Tell them you need a national housing strategy and all this stuff. Issue two. Is the gas plant starting to stink? And of course, I'm saying this metaphorically. Loren, there's been a lot of momentum on this. We heard that Councillor Green said, you know, he was going to put the pedal to the metal on this. Where do you think it's at now?
So I'm surprised this part of the conversation hasn't arisen. The experts who are in the bureaucracy of the city of Hamilton have weighed in. And Councillor Green and other councillors, it would seem as well, are disregarding their expertise. I get that there's political ramifications. I get that this is a sensitive issue. But we can't rely on politicians to pretend to be scientists, and we can't rely on former politicians who are paid by companies to speak on behalf of the scientists.
Who are you talking about?
I don't think it's much of a secret that Larry Deanny has been a spokesperson for this company, and if not this company, then the one previous. I need to hear, as a guy who lives and breathes in this city, from the experts, from the scientists.
Today, Bob Bertina made all the headlines because he came out on the radio today also pitching for this plant and saying that Hamilton politicians shouldn't oppose this if there's a potential for more energy, inexpensive energy in Hamilton. I asked immediately when someone sent me the link on Twitter, is he being paid by the energy company as a former mayor? Because I think we need to know. I mean, in Hamilton, we seem to hear from our former mayors a lot. We even re-elect them back after they've been away for a while. But we've got former mayors doing a lot of talking on stuff that's very close to what they were looking at when they were in their offices. So it's very interesting dynamic in Hamilton, and I wanted to know, and the answer I got back was probably not, but Bob can let me know for sure.
The ingenuity, as per how I understand it, that this plant does in terms of diverting from putting things in the ground would be a positive. And the hyperbole attached for, oh, if we allow this, it's just another example of that stereotype of filthy Hamilton. I think that's the issue.
I think there's two issues. I'm one for evidence-based things. I really am, on everything. And even though I may not love the idea of this gas plant, I do believe in experts and evidence-based approach to things, otherwise we're all just guessing. That being said, I think there's two issues. The evidence-based information may, and I want a full assessment, an environmental assessment by the MOE, Ministry of the Environment. I think that's the only thing, that's the least we deserve. So if the evidence suggests, hey, there is no negative ramifications, there is no smell, there is no pollution, there is no whatever, okay, I'll accept those findings. There's also, though, the issue of, does this neighborhood have to have one more plant, especially one that's converting garbage? I mean, don't they get a break?
But what are you going to do with your brownfields?
Well, this is the thing. They're looking at maybe other options, but it's one more. I'm sure to these neighbors, it feels like, okay, we've done our share. We have had all this stuff. Can we please have a different vision for being down in this area?
But Laura,
I think
that's like
fair.
I buy a house next door to the airport and say I'm sick and tired of the airplanes.
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way.
But it's been a long time that I think that this area has been underserved politically in this community. And I understand if you get a house near McMaster, you're going to have student noise issues. And I mean, I get all of that. But for a neighborhood to say maybe we can evolve, maybe we can have better, we at least want to have more information, I think that that's fair.
Sure, but the city needs more than just condos and arts and culture. It also needs jobs.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
Yep.
And we shouldn't be driving out business that's going to offer jobs and build in our city. Hamilton can stray too far to the opposition to everything side of the measure, and then people don't want to be here. I mean, I've heard that businesses already don't want to invest here because of what they perceive to be corruption, and we also don't want to have so much opposition that business don't feel they have an open door in Hamilton. But you balance that out with making sure that it's the right kind of business that is going to add to the community, not take advantage of the community, and I think that's what we have to find out.
I want to know what Councillor Green knows, not what he says, but what he knows that the rest of us don't seem to know.
Wouldn't it be nice to know what they all know that they don't say? Okay, we try to figure that out for you here on the O Show. Issue 3, LRT. D-Day, Decision Day is coming fast, and I have to tell you,